Bible Nation, Sgibs here for another exciting edition. It is not your den, it is not my den, but it is the Mad Den, aka the laser show, the internet's most passionate show about John Madden football. 2011 EA Sports, show number 68, kicking off the bang, continuing with our basic Madden football schemes, breakdowns. Yesterday was our hot route segment. Today we're going to talk a lot about zone running and basic run plays. We're going to talk about a halfback isolation, we're going to talk about a halfback power row, and we're going to also talk about a halfback inside/outside zone. In the game they're called inside zones, but they really should be called outside zone as well. But we're going to talk about that today. Also, we all know it's Christmas coming up. I celebrate Christmas, and I just want to wish everyone a happy holidays, as well as a Merry Christmas to those out there that will be supporting and will be celebrating this coming weekend. Let's hear your favorite Christmas stories. I want to hear what your favorite Christmas story is. My favorite Christmas story. So when I was about like 4 or so, my older brother, who is 4 years older than me, he he was my idol growing up. I guess that's how it is. And then you get a little older, and then you just can't stand the guy. And then after you get out of college, and you realize, oh wow, he's really not that bad of a guy, you like him again. So that was kind of the progression I took. But when we were younger, he would do what was called the Butch Bump, and what that was literally he would stand there like a brick wall like this, and he would say, "Steven, run into me." So I would just literally run into him, and I was just a little tiny guy, like 3 or 4 years old. I would run into him and just fall over, and I would, I thought it was hysterical. I would laugh, and it's actually on record. It's recorded, and in one moment, my brother sits there and goes, "Dad, you taping this, right?" And my dad responds, "Yeah, oh yeah, taping it." And then my brother says, "But just don't tape it during the rough stuff, cause Mom won't like it." And that's the epitome of my family. There is my brother trying to get me to do something dumb while hiding it from my mother, and my father just kind of goes along with it. Good story is, there's plenty of other ones. I mean, when I got the choo-choo train for Christmas one year, I got Game Boy one year, got a couple starter jackets. Also the infamous, tell me if you guys have ever done this before, the infamous, you have the old Madden, because back in the day, there wasn't a Madden all day. It was, I swear to God, as far as I remember, I got like Madden 97, like in November is when the game came out or something. I mean, maybe I just wasn't with it, but I remember having the old game, and I believe it was Madden 99. I remember having the old game, asking for Madden 2000 or something for Christmas, or Madden 99 for Christmas, and I had 98. And I remember getting the game, knowing I already got it, went in, opened it up, started playing it, and then put the 98 disc into the 99 case, wrapped it up, put it back under the tree, and I just played the new Madden for like an extra month beforehand. And then I opened it up at Christmas, and I was like, oh yeah, hey, Merry Christmas. So that's kind of a funny one. I told that many times at Christmas stories, but it's an oldie, but it's a goodie. So let's hear your favorite Christmas stories. I want to hear what you guys have to say. As always, we're going to be giving out a free book, so whoever has the best Christmas story, let's hear it. I know we past winners were Tro30. Let's Go Yanks. He also won a mail-in question format, so make sure you send your stuff in, and we can hopefully get you some good stuff. So without further ado, let's take a look at the inside zone, inside run, ISO, halfback power row running scheme. So we're going to get the zoomy zoom. Bringing on the zoomy zoom, ladies and gentlemen. Zoomy zoom time. So there's the zoomy zoom. The zoomy zoom that we all know and love. That's right, without saying, the laser show. Show number 68. 68. MaddenBible.com. Sgibs7 on Twitter. Give me a follow, fellas. How's that camera look? That camera look good? Just want to make sure it's good. Might need a little more height. Might need a little more height, guys. There you go. There you go. All right. So on defense, we have the New England Patriots, and specifically why we picked them was just because, you know, we have Vince Wilfork, who is the ultimate hog on the defensive line, and really changes the way teams have to run the ball and focus where they're going to move the ball with running, because they always have to worry about Vince Wilfork. So first off, the play we're taking a look is the Cowboy. It's in Cowboys playbook, but it's in a lot of different playbooks. It's called a halfback inside zone. And the idea with this running play is you're going to look to either first break it outside. If the outside containment of the defense is broken, so if this outside defender here breaks or this linebacker breaks outside, your goal and job is to cut it back upfield. Now let's take a look at what's actually going on the defensive line. As you can see, there's a 3-down lineman. This weak side tackle is going to take up our weak side DN. The left guard and the center are going to attack Vince Wilfork. Potentially the guard might go upfield after he goes after Wilfork and look to get the linebacker. Our left guard and left tackle, they're gonna look to double team the DN initially, because they want to make sure they get a nice push on him, push him back away from where the run's going to go. This tight end's responsibility is to hold off this assignment, and then this right guard is going to eventually, after he's double teaming the DN, he's going to look to break back upfield and get to Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker. The fullback's responsibility is anyone that doesn't get picked up. If someone misses an assignment or a block, the fullback has to pick that guy up. Or if everyone does their job, he looks to get back upfield, make a block in the secondary. So that's the basics, the understanding of the run, and why you would want to run it. So we'll show you what it looks like again. Snap the ball. We'll take a look at instant replay afterwards. Outside containment was there, so we were able to take it outside. And we're going to go to instant replay. We'll show you the tackle was on the D end. The double team happened here. Our left guard and center tandem are blocking there. The double team's there. Actually, the right tackle looks to bounce off the double team here and go to the linebacker. Our other guard here looks to bounce off this double team, get that linebacker. Crumpler, our fullback, doesn't have to do anything because Gronkowski did a great job holding that seal, holding that edge. So Crumpler looks to get upfield and get a nose on anybody that's out there. Wes Welker does a good job chipping the DB, and now it's one-on-one with the safety. Hopefully Danny Woodhead can make a move on him. Unfortunately he can't, but he's taken down for a big-time game. So what this run's good for is you face a 3-4 zone, you face a 3-4 front, you're trying to negate their most powerful run-stopping linemen. So when you take a look at the Patriots here, they have Vince Wilfork and Big Bad Ron Brace on this side. So we're actually double teaming two of their better run stuffers, and then getting some extra beef with Crumpler and Gronk to take care of the rest. We'll show you again. So again, we're double teaming their guys, outside containment. Fullback gets upfield. Do a great job being able to get outside there. So I'm gonna keep running. I just want to show you if a guy loses containment, and that's what that was. I felt dangerous. I didn't feel good about breaking that outside because we'll show you this linebacker here. You see, look, see how he chucked the blocker and he went outside? Now, I could have bounced that, but the issue is if Crumpler misses that block, which, as you can see, Crumpler doesn't miss it, but see how the linebacker has the inside position on Crumpler? So if I bounce that outside, it would have been easy for that linebacker to scrape off and get down Woodhead. So my responsibility then is to recognize that as the ball carrier, and I have to cut that back upfield and trust that my line are doing their job. Vince Wilfork is Vince Wilfork, so with a double team you can only hold him down for so long, as well as Ron Brace in that double team. So I still was able to cut it back upfield to get a good 4 or 5 yards. But the great thing about the inside zone running play is that you have the ability to bounce it inside or outside at any time. You just got to read your blocks. And as you can see there, some blown assignments. Linebacker was able to come free. Show you again one more time. And that time, it's a bad run by me. I thought that right off the get-go, the linebacker got outside containment, as you can see. So this is what I was talking about before. The tight end blew his block. So now it's the fullback's responsibility to pick him up. Now what this is doing, this is delaying the rest of the run progression, the rest of the run blocking. So now it's up to me as a user. Now my idea, I saw this guy blocking here. I saw Wilfork coming off the edge. So what I tried to do is cut it back inside, but the linebacker did a good job coming off that block with Crumpler. and slowing me down. So we'll run it again. And Danny Woodhead, good run there. I was able to get it outside. I'll show you it again. Didn't like my outside move there. I cut it back inside. This is just something that you got to just run against different fronts, just get a different feel for. There you go. Again, you just got to make the right read, and it makes running the ball a lot of fun because you're making the adjustments, you're making the moves. Now, our run audible down is the halfback ISO. The halfback ISO, what we're doing here is, again, we're looking to double team our nose tackle, which is Vince Wilfork. Our guard's going to look to shoot up to the linebacking level. Our tackle's going to cover the D end. Our tight end's going to cover here. And now it's the fullback's responsibility to attack the middle linebacker that's going to shoot the gap that doesn't fill one of these guard spots. So again, we're going to look to focus on double teaming Vince Wilfork in the middle. As you can see, we're able to get a hat on him there. Double team didn't actually happen, but we'll take a look at instant replay, see how it developed there. So actually, our double team occurred on our DN here. That's just how it worked. And as you can see, center pushes upfield. Our guard fills here. Because the double team was there, it's now our fullback's responsibility to pick up the middle linebacker. And Crumpler does a great job at that. I'm able to get upfield with Danny Woodhead, get a big time yards. And there was the double team that time on big Vince Wilfork, but I wasn't able to shake the linebacker. As you can see, the double team on Wilfork. And look at Crumpler and that's part Crumpler making a bad read and part me making a bad read. See, look at Crumpler isn't blocking anybody. And that's partially because the double team here, double team there. Crumpler should have shot that gap. But he didn't. Because what happened was this guard breaks off his block, now picks him up. Now Crumpler has nowhere to go. So partly, that's a breakdown in blocking. That's a breakdown in coverage by the offensive line and by our blocking fullback. Not our fault. That's a breakdown in coverage. That time, though, that was a perfect run. That's exactly what you want to see when you run the ball. Double team there, double team there. Crumpler picks up his man. Our guard now breaks off. Double teams Crumpler. And now it's one-on-one against a linebacker. Woodhead scampers up the middle of the field for another big yard gain. So the halfback dive is a fully committed double team on their premier defensive players. So before we were double teaming both these guys, but we could able to bounce it outside or up inside. The halfback inside zone isn't as a consistent run, just because you have the ability to get the play blown up outside containment, and if you try and cut it back, it's just not as a consistent run. The inside zone, the isolation play though, as you can see, a little bit more of a consistent run. You can really change things up as well if you motion a guy over for extra blocking. So those are our two basic zone running schemes. Now we're going to show you again one other play we like to run is the Halfback Power Row. Now the goal with the Halfback Power Row here, our goal of the Halfback Power Row is this. We have an outside run, we can either again cut it up middle or cut it up right. This is more of a hit or miss play again. It's a different type of read off the inside zone just because we have a pulling lineman. Now what we will look here is the pulling lineman is going to pull this side. Our center and weak guard are going to look to double team again their most dominant D tackle. Their D tackle on the field makes plays. Now our tackle is going to get this defensive end. The tight end is going to get the other linebacker. The pulling guard and our fullback, our responsibility are the two linebackers upfield. So you'll see it happen here. Hike. And as you can see, Power Row is just an effective run when it works the right way. So look at the assignment blocking. So these are the runs that you want to use when you want to take a guy like Vince Wilfork out of the game. Look at that double team. We're taking Wilfork out. We don't let him dictate the game. We're going to dictate to them and say, nope, Vince Wilfork, we are going to push you back and we're going to run the magic bean on you. So now we have our tackle doing a good job in the DN, our tight end doing a good job in the linebacker, our pulling guard and our other fullback get upfield, make some nice blocks. Our other weak side guard comes off the block with Vince Wilfork, tries to pick up the other linebacker. Unfortunately didn't, but that was a valiant effort on his part. Run it again here. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing when it works, ladies and gentlemen. Show you it again. Now you can bounce this outside if you can, but that's what the problem is. The blocking's going up the middle. You can bounce it outside. A lot of people think this is a run to go outside. You can. So the inside zone, you think of the first run we showed, the inside zone, is meant to go outside first. If containment is lost, cut it back up. Power Row is meant to go inside first. If inside is clogged, look to bounce it out. So it's just kind of the opposite, but look, as you can see, it's pretty effective when it's being run the right way. And right now, New England Patriots' offensive line is playing great football. Great football. There you have it. That time the guard got beat. So again, it was the fullback's responsibility to pick him up, and he did a great job at that. We got a hat and a hat. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. You got Danny Woodhead just zigzagging in there, making a play. Crumpler going up, making blocks. Just a beautiful thing when you see it all working the right way. Finding holes, finding lanes, making plays. So that right there is just a basic running scheme, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you liked it. Hope you put some of these plays to use. And for another show number 68, I hope you guys know we are creeping up on show 100. And we're going to do some exciting things for show number 100. Got some new upcoming events we're real happy about. Bringing a lot of different things coming to the table just because of all the hard work the community has been putting in and all the feedback we're getting. It's great. I love it. I couldn't do it without you guys. And this is not your den. It is not my den. But it is the Mad Den, a.k.a. The Laser Show, the internet's most passionate show about John Madden football. You and me together, guys. A whole lot of you and only a little bit of me. We're changing the Madden community, aren't we?